I need to fix that. Let's open that up. All right. Deck. Right here. Timer length, color, auto reset after 5 seconds. Sound, page, count up. No, count up. Lines. Let's see if that'll do it. Oh, but I'm not even sure what I messed with. Oh well. Alright, so a little sleepy again. Did not do multi-streaming though, which I would like to have it all on my computer to just control here without having to have a window open. But I think I'm gonna have to go with one of the online options. I just kind of don't want to. Like, it's fine, I guess, but I just kind of... I would like just to have all the things in the one spot, you know? This makes this easy for my brain. You feel sleepy, though. Dealing with a different project. One that I am struggling with. May as well go help with the Mega Evolutions. Okay, so rolling off doesn't really help. I'm gonna let night fall first because I don't want that to happen mid whatever's going on. Battle zone. It's right up against a wild zone too. Alright, now I can do whatever I need to do. Going to want, there we go. Bonnie! There we go. Probably. Yep, I'm ready to handle it. Really wish I could change my phone color. Boom. 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 Mega B drill. Oh, it summons minions. Let's do it. Yeah. Come on. Charizard X. Fly it up in the air. Okay. Run. Can you not, please? Come on. There we go. Leveled up. Still need a grass type, though. Beedrill holding this will Mega Evolve in battle. Beedrillite. It went berserk. I'm going crazy out of nowhere. I hard to believe it was true. That means wild Pokemon. Nobody knows. Still a mystery, huh? Well, I know it's wonders is wild Pokemon coming in Lumiose. We started out how the renovation work on the Prism Tower, too. Well, I mean, so the issue with bringing people into this, like, more Pokemon into the city is that we don't exactly live all that naturally. So it's not exactly the best environment for the Pokemon. Rogue Mega Beedrill. Now I can make all my dreams come true. I'm actually really excited. I'm just gonna run around for a while. Sweet. Alright, so that's why there's been all these, like, false, like, floors and whatever. There we go. Hello. An alpha trubbish. Interesting. Sweet. Aw. That's not textured on the underside. See, now that's... There's no reason for that to be like that. Oh, this, like... This should just be better. It's still very fun. Don't get me wrong on that. It should just be better, though. Like, that's the long and short of it, is this should be better. And this can be better. It's the only reason I'm playing it is because, like, this is a step in the right direction, even if they're not all the way there yet. Right, where's your issue at? Where's the Halucha? Run from me. He's a team of some kind, though. This is weird. Oh, we're about to get ambushed. Angel Surface said that Halucha was here. Wonder if it flew up or something. It could go rogue any minute. Good catch. Let's check in with Vinny. Hey. Oh no, is it her Pokemon? Oh, but at least it's her friend. Oh, poor thing. Poor thing. Looks like going up to the other wild zone. This way. Go. I don't remember what typing Hawlucha is. I know it's fighting type. There we go. Just like Vinny said. Put her in the car. Put her in the car. Rogue Mega Evolution is imminent. Good. What's wrong with Todd? Okay. That looks pretty cool, though. So yeah, it's a flying fighting type, right? Oh, that would be bad. Alright, come on. Uh-oh. She's got ice Pokemon as well as water. Oh, it's mad. Uh-oh. Won't get him. Satchel. There we go. Pick-a-ding. Pick-a-ding. Did you hear that ghost? It went pick-a-ding. Ghost often goes bing-a-ding. He does it all the time. Hallucinate. Let me heal up Todd and everyone. By the way, thank you to the 2 viewers I have right now. Always good to have some people in here. Just one rogue mega at risk. Dawn is approaching. Dawn is still a ways off. Like a fourth of the night. Where's the last one at? So I have been meaning to set up multi-streams. Just first, I need to throw a whole bunch of VODs over onto YouTube. After that, I do need to get some multi-streaming set up so that way the VOD is just always on YouTube. Then I can always, like, if there's an issue with it, I can re-upload and edit it. Although I will say, I do seem to have things roughly hammered in just... No, I want it! Alright, let me guess. I want the colorful screw. Yes. Alright, now I can go back to doing what I was supposed to be doing. A new day is dawning. A new day has dawned. What is the gym situation right now in the region with the city like this? I'm gonna just walk past you. Do this right now. How do I get up there? I didn't continue to push forward because I thought I had it. Water pulse. Big burrow. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Bye, Naveen. Bye, Naveen. Come on, I can make it. Oh, okay. That got weird with the camera. Come on. That street light screwed me up. Up we go again. Alright. So, like I was mentioning earlier with multi-stream, so I've looked at Restream. A friend of mine, Box, she's also a streamer, Box Method. We're going to be streaming World of Final Fantasy on my channel this Friday, and then on every other Friday we're doing Final Fantasy 13 over on hers. Oh, come on, I can't see. Do I just need to fall? I might just need to fall. And it's because I know that you're streaming to the one place, and technically you're streaming to Restream, and then Restream is broadcasting to 2 other locations, and you can do 2 locations for free. And I would do Twitch and YouTube, because that way I would have the backup. Now the only problem with that is chat, because I like to monitor chat, you know, so I can see when people pop in and out. And well, I would like to still be able to do that. right now, I just don't want to manage everything from from another website. I'd just rather have it all in-house, you know? I'd like to be able to control things here. Now that would mean I'd have to stream 2 separate, like, data... just stream 2 separate things of data, but it's just like... Uh-oh. It's been here the whole time. Well, there you are, bird. I've been waiting for like 12 hours. The other 2 got your help like immediately. Spike in Mega Power is detected. Should have been able to find that in it after all. Found it all right. It'd be sweet if this became his Pokemon. Because it's sewing based, and he's all about sewing. I'm ready for it. Yep, yes it is. It is your duty, even though you just are using the hotel as an art studio, from what you yourself said. Oh no, my green screen cloth is being weird. Mega Banet. Banet. I don't say it. It's French. Come on. No. Come on. Yeah, I know. Is it the one that's glowing is the real one? Well, I feel dumb. There we go. Right. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Midnight. Rain expected. Zigzagoon! So you continue to successfully save Pokemon from the pain of Rogue Mega Evolution. Not that I wish to downplay the difficulty or scale of the undertaking. After all, only with Mega Evolved Pokemon or Plus Move can you hope to stand up to Rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon effectively. However, Zygarde cannot Mega Evolve. That means you will need to hone your skills as a trainer until you can support Zygarde, even with such a disadvantage. This is how you must help Zygarde attain the peace and order it wishes to bring about. I doubt that detective would be hunting me and Zygarde if she knew its intentions. I wonder why she finds me so suspicious. Well, you did try to blow up the world not long ago. In any case, until we meet again, young trainers, I expect great things of you. I can talk like this fairly well, but clearly I am not a professional voice actor. Clearly I am not a professional voice actor. Voice actor. Clearly I am not a professional voice actor. Boop. 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 Motion match time. How much money do I got? Don't got so much money. I don't got so much money. I'd like to heal my Pokémon. Really wish I could put for alligator in that. Alright. No, I'm all good. Go get some quick balls. Go get some quick balls, Ghost. Some quick balls, Ghost. Quick balls. Nope, I'm leaving. Alright, so I need to go to... Ooh, this is the lowest one I have unlocked currently. So we'll fly over here. So I wonder how many wild zones there's going to wind up being. This is ZA or whatever, so would there be 26, I wonder? If so, this whole city is going to be more... But I saw, saw one of the cards from the Battle Royale. Of the blue floating challenge card things. Wait, from where? Ah. Flop, flop, flop. Do not catch it. Fight it. Pokédex. Mega Pokédex. Oh, there's quite a few. Also shows if I have the stone for it. Very neat. Alright. What number is it? Was the first kind I encountered blue? I can change it? That's kind of neat. That's actually kind of, that's very neat. Okay. Let me see a Mega Border. Launcher. So it's just water type. It's just water type. Stunfisk. Take it out, take it out, take it out. It can fly. Okay. Okay, using a fire type is not smart. I will give it that. Or not. Come on. Oh, that's not good. Can you not? Can you please not? Please not. I've really done nothing to offend you. Oh, come on. Yeah, heal my Pokemon, please. Go, 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 go. Come on. Cool, I got an Alpha Crawlitzer. Alright, boxes. I'm injured. Okay. Alpha Claritz. Yep, words. Alright. I'm injured. I'll leave now. It's getting foggy. Alright, so... a Gyarados spawns there. Nope. I have an alpha, I have 2 alpha Magikarps. So they could become Gyarados. Yeah, I need them to be healed. They're a bit banged up. And most of them are dead. Night falls over the city. I wonder how many times it'll guilt trip. Like, what am I here for? Like, why did I come to Lumios? I'm still not aware. Are we? Here it is. Yes. Bye. It's not gonna do much either. Goodbye. Go, Pantump. Forgot it was still in Mega Charizard X mode. Bye. Stunfisk. There we go. Pokemon battles are thrilling. Oh, I feel so bad. Yet I'm still going to continue doing it. Well, that was fairy type. Where am I going? Yoink. Yoink. No! Oh, come on! Alright, well, I should be fighting, but I'm not. Let's go to the top of the building and fight people up there, I guess. Oh, come on! Alright, well, I needed to do 5 water type moves. This is fine. Haunter. Goodbye, Haunter. Haven't found a trainer who's higher rank than me yet. There might be one over there. Actual. There we go. There's 5 water type moves. That's a female Heracross. Oh yeah, it's got the thing. I was noticing the horn. Turn away. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Look away. Turn around. Look away. There, I started it with the thing. It's flying type. Or not. Is it? I know it, oh, it's metal. Or steel. I don't remember the typing as well. Do you walk birds? No, I do not. But I do talk like one walks. It's a, just proper, what do you mean first time seeing proper gameplay of it? Alright, why did I bring out Charizard? This was not smart, because Charizard is, he's an X right now, which is bad. No, the, bird walking, you know how bird walks, like you never look at a bird and they walk in a straight line. It's always kind of like over there, over here, over there, because they get like easily distracted. Bird walking is talking and rambling and so on, like I'm doing now. Well, who is spotting me? No. I want that. There we go. There we go. Final Fantasy Battle system with a MOBA interface. I can see what you're saying to some degree. I don't know how to articulate that, but yeah, it's I've got very mixed opinions on the game. Oh, it's Fabio. Okay, you subscribed to me the other day. Awesome. It's just like I thought that the name looked familiar. But yeah, I've got very mixed opinions on the game. It should be better. There should be more. Like, I'm not denying that. Like, there's a lot of problems with it. But it's just like, if you don't... The sucky thing is that if... know you through Box. Yep. Me and Box are going to be streaming Final Fantasy... World of Final Fantasy on my account this Friday, because we did 13 over on her account the other day. I only have one Pokemon who knows that, and that's Chespin. But yeah, I just got real mixed opinions on it. I do. It's just, it should be more. It should be better. There should be a lot more here than there is. Yes, but I just figured that like a lot of people are gonna boycott this game, and I'm aware of that. And like I know a lot of people like already are boycotting the game because of like the whole Power World debacle and so on. But it's just like they're trying something new. They're doing new things. It's what happened with Legends Arceus. And like if you don't, it's a catch-22 because like if you it's a bad situation either way because like you're taking away from the developers trying new things, which is going to teach them to continue to do the bad thing. So they don't sheep like support for doing the good thing. They're just going to do the bad thing. But if you support it, then it's like because there should be more here, but it's hard because it's the whole like speak with your wallet like adage, but they don't know what you're speaking. Yeah, it's a sad for the Switch 2 really as well. So complicated times for Nintendo. Yeah, it's just well, Nintendo it's just hard because they can be better. They want to be better, and like this is fun. Like I really do. I'm enjoying the game. But it should just be more. There should be more here. And, like, if Legends Arceus or if Legends ZA here fails, then they're not gonna want to make more of it. And that's just the sad thing of the situation. And, like, this is them trying a good thing. So if this doesn't do well, then they're just not gonna... They're just not going to make... Can I not Mega Evolve right now? Do it just shoot... Did I not give her the Mega Galite? It's fun. It is, and that's unfortunate. Because if it was not fun, then, like, there'd be... I don't know. It's just hard to articulate it. I went with it because I thought it was going to be fun on my first modern Nintendo console, but saw the price, decided to get a Wii. Yeah, I mean, the Wii's still fun. There's nothing wrong with the Wii. Yeah, the Switch 2, it's... It is funny because they just went with the Switch 2 because, like, the name Switch 2 is a direct result of the Wii U. Because people didn't buy the Wii U because they thought the Wii U was an add-on. So they just went, okay, we're just going to call it the Switch 2. So that way people know it's a different thing, which is funny because, like, Nintendo leadership. Yeah. It's just hard for Nintendo to do new stuff and it is a weird thing about, like, Eastern companies is that seniority is like paramount. Like with the Funimation Crunchyroll thing. Funimation and Sony purchased Crunchyroll because it had better PlayStation naming system. Just give it numbers. Unlike Xbox, where it's just like Xbox 360, Xbox Series X. Which one came after the one or the other? Because it's all about seniority. So, like, it's hard for a company to improve because, like, Funimation purchased Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll had better branding, and, like, Crunchyroll was doing better when it comes to their streaming service. Like, so they purchased it, and then they just basically fired all the people at Crunchyroll and just put all the people that were in charge of Funimation back into the roles there, which is like why? But because the people at Funimation were working in the industry longer, that's just, well, they're in the industry longer. They get to be in charge. They're the seniors. Which is the whole Power World issue, because they're just like, well, we're in the creature collecting series longer. So, like, that's how they even got their patent passed. It's like, well, they've been making them longer. They're clearly the experts. Oh, it's just major corporations are just a whole mixed bag of mess sometimes. Well, not sometimes, very, very much often. Daybreak is not as near as you'd think it'd be. Come on, just be unconscious. If I stay hidden, she can't see me. She's got another Lampert. I love how to make the patent pass, they had to make it so mega specific. Like, well, it's their whole thing is that. Okay, so I'm gonna satchel. So the whole thing with a patent is that it's all on because they can't patent just like releasing an animal. So they had to go, well, it is a character, like, so one of the things they got was based on the Legends Arceus things, because that was their most recent game at the time, so they could fall back on that. So part of that is that it's a character riding another character. The problem is that it's not a character. In the world of Pokemon, it is an animal. It's not a character. It's just straight up an animal. So, but because it's like this unique fictional animal, they were just like, no, it's a character riding a character with having an aiming reticle system. So like archery on the back of a horse. A whole bunch of medieval RPGs did that before. That also means that like Red Dead Redemption, you can't shoot on horses, but a horse is not a character. Even though a horse and a Pokemon are analogous in that situation, because a Pokemon is not a character, it is an animal. Now, if they're playing a part in the story, that makes things a little bit like different. So like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, those are characters. They are animals, but they are characters because they have agency, they have actions. In this, only the legendaries are really quote unquote characters because they're the only ones acting with agency. So it doesn't even follow its own thing because it's not a character. It is an animal within the context. Yes, the design is a character. So that's the issue, is that dragons are generic. Dragons exist. Dragons just exist. So a dragon is... So if it talks, then yes. If the dragon is a character in the story, as in it has agency, and it talks and so on, that is bad. So for example, in a lot of RPGs, you have characters that can turn into dragons. Like, so if the dragon is a character that is actively taking part in the story... like, then yeah, that's a character riding another character. And if you can aim on top of it with a reticle, that infringes the copyright. But they're not going after any of the fantasy games. They're only using it to go after Palworld. That's it. Because the reason they're doing that is because they had released Legends Arceus, which you can throw while on top of one of the riding Pokemon. And... that was just like, well, that's our most recent thing. That's the only thing that we can really patent right now, because if we go and patent, we can't patent creature collecting because technically Digimon did that first. So yeah, if you're playing any game and the character that you were riding on, now here's the caveat: it has to be in gameplay, so you have to be able to interact with the world while on the back of another character. So, for example, if you're in Red Dead Redemption and you're riding the horse around, that meets 2 of the 3 criteria. The third criteria is the horse is not a character, doesn't have agency. You can just get horses. The horse doesn't talk. It's like, let's go, Morgan. Let's go shoot people. So, yeah, it is hyper specific, but the problem is that they realized, okay, well, a lot of other games have that, and people are pointing that out. So what do we do? So now they're trying to patent a character releasing another character into combat. Because that's also what they were trying to get with Palworld, is throwing the ball, because throwing the ball and releasing the Pokemon. So then they're trying to get that right now, but it's not going well because every fantasy RPG with a summoner class breaks that infringement. So, like, every Final Fantasy past, like, think Final Fantasy 2 or 3, when the Summoner was introduced. A Summoner is a character that releases another character into combat. So, all of their patents that they're filing, everything that they're saying was done before by somebody, but they weren't patent because most companies just like, well, yeah, it's a thing. It's you can't really do it. It's a way of interacting with the world. Like, you can't patent riding a horse in a game because that's just a thing. You can't patent throwing things. That's just a thing. You can't even patent, in theory, you can't even patent throwing a Pokeball because that is a character throwing a capturing device because, here's the thing, nets. Nets exist. And people have been throwing nets for centuries. And that is why my channel is named Birdwalker, because I can just immediately switch gears and just go on long, nonsensical rants. All right, what else can I do? It's over there. Stuff over there. Oh, it's C rank. That's 2 ranks above me. Never mind. Yeah, which is what I was thinking about a bit. I had to be so specific that even newer Digimon games technically wouldn't infringe on it, so it has to be active. Yeah, because yeah, it's just a whole bag, because all the things that they're trying to patent have been done before by other games. Any game where you throw a net at something, like Ark Survival Evolved, did that before Pokemon because you can throw nets in the game. Ark Survival Evolved did all of the things they're trying to do, like you can ride on the back of a dinosaur and catch things or shoot at things, like so many other games already did that. It's just funny. Yes, like the nets are an ancient. Hello, this is my cat's over here. He's cleaning himself. I'm thinking about getting him a webcam, or stealing a webcam from my father, because the webcam in his office is not used. It's being gone. All right. Now I have more money, which is nice because I was running out of money. Yeah, go guys, no more farming. We patented it, which is another thing. Like, that'd be like Concerned 8 that does Stardew patenting farming. Like, it's just ridiculous. And the only reason that they were able to get away with it, the only reason why the Pokemon company was able to get away with getting that patent in the Japanese patent office was because it's Nintendo. And they've been around forever. And it goes back to the whole, well, we like respecting your elders thing, which is good. You should respect your elders. But like with certain industries and certain cultures, the respecting your elders just goes like crazy. Just like, oh, Elder Johnson's lighting people on fire. Well, he's our elder. He's been around for 80 years. He knows what he's doing. Respect the elders, that respect. Exactly. Respect is to be earned. Like, okay, so when you meet someone, like for the first time, be respectful as in be polite. Like if you're meeting an old man or an old woman, like just be polite to them and respectful to them, like in that moment. But the moment they open their mouth and like start saying racist stuff, all bets are off on that. Oh no. I really would like you to not be a Mega anymore. How do I make you not be Mega? I don't know how to make it drop out of being Mega. Well, so, like, consensual Mega Evolution is different. So, so the whole issue in this game is that there's rogue Mega Evolution. It's Pokemon Mega Evolving without a trainer. Because Mega Evolving is supposed to be built around the relationship between a trainer and a Pokemon. So, like, it's like transferring energy between the two. letting your Pokemon temporarily trap in. The problem with rogue Mega Evolutions is that they'll Mega Evolve and then they're stuck like that. So that'd be like, this is a bad analogy, but that'd be like if I gave you energy drink and, well, yeah, in lore, but it'd be like if I give you energy drink and I just don't let you stop taking the energy drink. And you're just like wired constantly. It's not going to be good for you. You'll be more powerful, but it's not going to be good for you. Do you know what's fun? Is that, speaking of patent infringement, is that the Digimon company could go after Pokemon because Armor Digivolution existed decades ago. Dude, I think you just took my perma adrenaline. Yeah, that would perma adrenaline. That'd just be a way to that would be a nightmare existence. Either that or because caffeine makes you not able to feel tired. So caffeine does not wake you up. Caffeine blocks the tired receptors in your brain. So perma caffeine, that'd be bad because you never feel tired. Even though your body is. So it would effectively like build up in your system until you like developed a weird form of narcolepsy where you just like you'd be exhausted but you wouldn't feel it, so you'd be delirious. Perma adrenaline, now that's different because you'd be constantly on edge and twitchy and reactive. That's a good. Okay, so here's a question for you. If you had to be addled permanently with some sort of stimulated effect for the rest of your life, what would it be? Would it be melatonin, so constantly tired, adrenaline, so constantly amped up? Would it be caffeine, never able to feel tired, or so on? Now that's just in a permanently altered state of mind. Like you're being cursed by a genie. Like you got to pick one. What mental effect? And by mental effect, I mean something that is artificially induced. So like drunkenness, adrenaline, Adderall. Constant melatonin, yeah, constant melatonin would be like like narcolepsy because it would make you sleepy. It would make you sleepy because melatonin tells your brain that, oh, you're tired right now. But it does not, because that's the tricky thing, is that melatonin makes you feel tired. It does not actually make you tired. It makes you feel tired. So you'd feel tired, but your body would not be exhausted. So in theory, it'd just feel like you'd constantly never had enough sleep. I don't think it'd make you pass out. I don't think it'd make you pass out, but you'd feel just terrible. Sorry, I keep moving away from my mic. Caffeine just makes you not sleepy. What's most interesting to learn is that your sleepiness already slots in. Caffeine doesn't quite affect you. Oh yeah, that is true. Once you're it's that. Ooh, Gyarados. I don't. Sunfisk, go away. I want the Gyarados. No. Do we even need the Gyarados? I have an alpha Magikarp. Go, Chespin. Go Chespin again. I should have used an Ultra Ball. Be like Mania? I mean, yeah, yeah, that would be effectively be the result. Why did? Oh, that was weird. Why is that one Super Saiyan? Here's another weird comparison question. Would you rather have the ability to breathe underwater, so just you're under the water and you can breathe as normal, or would you rather have the ability to hold your breath indefinitely? As in you can hold your breath forever. And like you need to hold your breath, and it's going to be a little unpleasant, but you're just going to be able to do it. You're never going to feel like the whole, like, I need to breathe. You're going to have to actively hold your breath. It's like the first little bit of holding your breath, where you can feel pressure, like you can feel the air trapped in your lungs, but it's not like that your lungs are burning sort of sensation. What is the other Pokemon in here that I haven't? So, like, one thing that could be improved is that these textures, they look fine from a distance. Like you're running around, you see everything is fine. Like, just looking at this building here, and then when you get close, everything's flat. But see, looking over there, that looks fine, because they did a really good job at adding depth to the textures. But that's just it. They're just textures. So, like, look. Like, if you just look at the side of this building, it looks okay. When you get close, like, it works better from a distance. Like, that looks fine. The problem is that you can see the other side of the building. Like, if we just look at this building, it's just afraid of... Hold your breath indefinitely would destroy someone in space, unfortunately, so breathing in water would just be better. They'd both only let you do the exact same thing, but maybe you speak a little bit better underwater with the former. Okay, but here's the thing. Holding your breath indefinitely is not just about being in water or space. It's got other abilities. Like, think about it, for like a firefighter or someone dealing with hazardous chemicals. Or you have to breathe. Well, you know, actively having to do it underwater is a whole different thing, because, like, yes, you could just breathe underwater, which would make things be more comfortable. But, like, it's a different utility. I guess you can survive gas hazards and stuff. Exactly. But it's just like, you do have to actively hold your breath, though. Because, like, it'd be fine. It's like you're dealing with, like, gaseous with chlorine gas. Just like, you know, you stub your toe and you go, ah! Oh, I'm dead. So it's got hazards. Definitely got hazards. Do-do-do-do. How many of these do I currently have? That's just in my inventory? I didn't have to give it to her? Neat. Why is this classified? So if you want to choose a more comfortable life in diving or whatever, breath. When you want to use some dangerous specifics of holding your breath can turn at least uncomfortable part in the grand. That's true. Well, okay, so there's also the thing of like, if you want to make sure you don't breathe, like, if you want to make sure you don't breathe, you could duct tape and nose plugs. That's like the limit of it. You've played with that in writing? Oh, go, please do say more. Oh, whoopsie. You've played with that in writing? Like, so if you had holding his breath could turn out comfortable in the grand scheme of things. Played with what in writing? I don't know what you're referencing at this time. Don't want to say what you're referencing. That's different. Oh, you mean the tape and the nose plugs? Well, I mean, it's a cool, like... That's the fun... Oh, my cat is leaving the room. I'm pretty sure his food dispenser just went off. All right. Well, actually, I should know that. Yeah, his food dispenser just went off. I said it too. Well, that's the fun thing. And that's why you're giving your character an ability or a superpower. Like, give it rules, give it limitations, because if they're just able to do random nonsense, then that's kind of defeats the point of writing around it. I just think, like, why is this not being like I want it to be right now? I have a green shirt on my microphone arm. Right now, this is having an issue. I should just cut this to pieces so that it doesn't do this. Is that better? A little bit better. Where's another Clippy? Oh, where'd all my Clippies go? Oh, I don't want to take the Clippy off the notebook, because I would take the Clippy off the notebook. Subtly human... Deep, maybe realism in a corner, so characters suddenly gain gills. He still has lungs, or he's going to fit... Which, that would suck, having effectively an open... Well, so the way that I've seen it in like a lot of, so like Abe Sapien from the Hellboy universe, he's got it on his neck, so he can breathe just fine, but his gills just have to stay damp. It doesn't matter where he gets oxygen from. But what character was it? Is it the fishman from One Piece? I can't. Long story short, their gills when they're on land they would seal, because they'd have gills on the bottom of their ribs, so that way when they were swimming, water would go in through the mouth and then out through the gills. What species is this from fiction? It's a thing. I can't remember. That's good. Oh, this is dope. This is dope. That is not dope. Well, it is dope, actually. It's just something that I don't necessarily want to be here. Oh, Deadly Burn. See, now you're an issue, because if I start fighting in here, you're going to be a big issue real quick. I run. Run. Snorunt don't seem to care about me. That does seem to care about me, though. Can you go the other way, please? Just turn around? No? You're not going to turn around? Cool. Okay, that was dumb. All right, I'm out of the thing. What? Uh-oh. Hi, little guy. Ultra Ball. Probably a little bit overkill. It is just so confused. The fence counts as physical. A much softer torture than man where the fish can evolve the shape sort of like more Ifers can breathe air, but their gills dry up. It's way less. Yeah. No, like it's like a seal. Like the gills don't dry up. It's like the gill membrane is a middle layer. So like there's several layers of gills and then there's a skin and it goes What is it from though? That's gonna bother me. Satchel. Now I'm just thinking of gills. I'm thinking of the boys. I don't like thinking about the boys. It's a fine series. It's just like a lot of it's just violence for spectacle. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Fight it. Punch it. Yeah, well, it's just with how powerful characters are in the boys, like they're very powerful characters, but if you just like there's no this is unfortunate, there's really no beating Superman in any meaningful way. Because Superman has just been around so long. So again, it's like orders of magnitude. And like how different characters don't patch up. So Superman would win because Superman's been around long enough where he has been shown to like any feat of strength, because Homelander is strong, but Homelander is effectively closer to like Silver Age Superman in terms of strength. Like he can lift things and move things, and he's got basic powers. But modern day Superman is like able to push the earth. Modern day Superman is able to forge stars just by taking matter and crushing it in his hands. Modern day Superman has a pet like sun eater, depending on like the comic series. Now, when it comes to Dragon Ball Z Yamcha, that is a fun comparison because Yamcha does not have superpowers. He doesn't have superpowers. The human fighters from Dragon Ball Z, they don't have anything special in their genetic makeup. All their stuff is just techniques that technically any human can learn. Anything that Yamcha does, anything that Krillin does, which Krillin is the strongest human being in the Dragon Ball Z series, so he doesn't get enough. He's the strongest human being. Yes, Master Roshi can do a lot of cool stuff, but I'm pretty sure that like in a prolonged battle, and in terms of strength, Krillin is stronger, but Master Roshi can still beat Krillin because he's got literally hundreds of years of experience. Yeah, exactly. Anybody can learn how to do anything in Dragon Ball Z beyond the whole Super Saiyan stuff. Everything that Goku does beyond Super Saiyan, so the Kaioken, the Spirit Bomb, the Kamehameha, all of his techniques that are not going Super Saiyan, an average human can learn if they're motivated enough. Like, for example, Videl. Videl learned how to fly. She just learned how to fly over the course of a weekend. Well, no, because Kaioken is a very, high-level technique. So, no, not all humans should know that. But, all the human Z fighters should, yes. Because there's no reason why Goku hasn't taught them how to do stuff. But from my understanding, Goku is not a good teacher. Because Goku learns, physically, he's very much like a physical learner. I don't think he knows how to articulate how to do the thing, other than explaining how it should feel and what sort of headspace to be in. Meanwhile, Vegeta's actually a decent teacher. Vegeta's better dad. But I think that's because he actually had a traditional I'm pretty sure Vegeta actually got along well with his father. I could be mistaken though. Oh, other fun thing that frustrates me about Dragon Ball Z is that everyone always gets mad at Gohan because he's just like, well, why doesn't he do this or that or the other? He doesn't want to. Gohan enjoys fighting, but he enjoys fighting in the sense of I enjoy sparring. I enjoy the sport. Gohan does not enjoy he doesn't truly enjoy a fight when they're the fate of the world is on the line. That's just not his jam. Lots of people who learn that way don't teach good. Like any group, yeah. It's just because the other thing is he learns intuitively, and he does. He learns fast. He learns intuitively, like, and he is a savant when it comes to fighting. He might not know much about anything else, but when it comes to fighting, he is a savant. He's able to easily and quickly figure things out. I will say though that the current writers tend to forget stuff about his character. Like the whole like I'm gonna antagonize the thing and like put the universes on the line thing. Like, that was weird. That was very odd. What is this? A Scyther and a Phantump. I assume Phantump only comes at night. It's probably going to be around this dead tree here. But back to the Gohan thing. Gohan, like, everyone always gets mad at Gohan. It's just like, why is he out of practice? Why didn't he train? He doesn't want to. He trains for exercise. He trains for fun. He doesn't train with the whole, like, I'm going to kill gods. He was forced to learn all this stuff. He was kidnapped by Piccolo as a child and thing to the thing. Yes, Gohan would thrive in the world tournament setting and stuff. Yeah. But that's the whole thing. Is he's in this middle ground where just like he enjoys doing like tournaments and sparring and fighting. So the problem is that he's at a level where he can't do that with anybody anymore. The only people he can spar with are his family, Krillin 18, that's pretty much it. Well, with Piccolo. Because Krillin's the strongest human. Android 18 is... Because the androids are still, like... From my understanding, the androids are still on par with, like, the strongest a human can be. But yeah, he's effectively in this middle ground where, like, he enjoys sparring, he enjoys, like, fighting, he likes tournaments, he likes competition. But he's not like his dad, which is like... Because Goku can understand, like, oh, the fate of the world is at line. But then also Goku's just like, I'm having so much fun right now. It's just like, oh, you're going to blow up the planet? I'll leave you with just a single arm and no legs to Frieza as he's still on the ground. Because that's honorable. And maybe you'll get stronger and we can fight again. Just like, okay. At least with Gohan has the pragmatism to like go, no, you're a danger. We're done. Like he didn't like there were, yeah. It's just bummer because like he can be the strongest like, but he doesn't have any desire to be, because like. And which is kind of interesting as like as a quote unquote like tortured character or whatever. Well, not tortured necessarily. I don't know. There's lots of nuance with the Dragon Ball series, but unfortunately, current writers don't understand that. Akira Toriyama did do a pretty good job at like giving characters depth. And the new stuff is absolutely terrible. Not terrible, it's just a little weird. Yeah, me looking at your team and everything. Should go back a bit. Oh, the Pokemon animes are real good. The new Pokemon anime is actually really fun. The only problem is that so you go through the series and Ash is learning, Ash is becoming a better trainer, Ash is progressing, he's getting better, he's growing with time, and then Sun and Moon happens. No, the new one, so there's a bit of fumbles with that, but like the newer series because they're not tied to Ash, they were effectively just go like, we're just gonna do our own thing. Plus, the new series is an original plot. It's not based on any of the games. There are elements from the games mixed in, but the main antagonists and like the main conflict is unique to the anime. The new characters are fun. They had some trouble finding their footing because they were very like bland, like generic when they started. And they're still, you know, generic. They're Pokemon protagonists. But what's fun is that they're now in more of an ensemble. So you had Misty, you had Brock, and all the other things, but they wind up on this traveling with this group, and this group has more dynamics. If he could ever become a red-like figure in his own way. I do think that at some point, because you know that they're going to, the Pokemon series can't, they're never gonna like just leave Ash. You know that Ash is gonna return in some way. It would not surprise me that if there was some movie here in a couple of years where they decided to time jump. But it's just like, they had to reset Ash's character for Sun and Moon. Oh yeah, I could totally see them having like some sort of spin-off thing where Ash is older, very much similar to like the Meeting on the Mountain situation. Or like I could see a character being inspired by Ash, because they might not bring Ash in like fully. They might go the route of like, I was yada trapped in a cave, and then this trainer with a red hat and a Pikachu came and saved me, and he was like, I'm only ever gonna use Pikachu, and I was like, that's why I only ever use Pikachu. Oh, I'm injured. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, come on. I want the Alpha Trevenant. Fight it. No, fight the big one. I hate how they put little ones so your Pokemon gets distracted with the aiming. Alright. This will not be effective, I'm aware of that. Alright. The furthest I remember getting last time I watched, there was one trainer that with a Pikachu name that had some cool haircut. You meet a couple of different Pikachus throughout the series where other trainers have Pikachus. I want this. Occasionally watch Sun and Moon, but I remember. So the whole thing with Sun and Moon is that Sun and Moon also had somewhat of an anime original plot, because they had this whole thing where like, let's not have Ash fight the island people. Let's have Ash join a school. So he's just like in a school with most of the younger, like, gym leaders and like major characters of note, and then they did go into like the ultra spaces more, which was kind of neat. I also didn't really fully watch it. But the Sun and Moon thing is just bad because like the Ash, instead of just like let's just reboot the series. Let's just reboot the series. The Ash there is the same Ash that you've been following since the start, because he's still able to call on like his old Pokemon. He'll mention stuff that happened. You'll have like Misty and Brock cameo, but he'll just have forgotten everything. He'll just have forgotten everything. Like, he doesn't even know, like the first episode of the series is just like, how do I catch a Pokemon? You've caught like 100 of them before, man. You've caught so many. Alright, so what is the Pokemon in here that I don't have yet? Oh, that was a Pokemon. That is a bridge. Come on. Okay, never mind. Yeah. The Sun and Moon anime, the only good part about that is that they did expand on the stuff that they really didn't talk about when it comes to like the Ultra Spaces and the Ultra stuff. And oh, that's who I'm missing right there. So now all I need is the Gyarados. I did eventually learn of the complaints since X and Y anime, Ash like getting dumber and seemingly forgetting all the deck stuff. X and Y, it's, yeah, he did get a little dumber. It's literally until battle, he was doing so well, like getting so smart, and then he went through the battle frontier, and then after that, it was he just started to get dumber because it's just like, it's weird because the anime, like, they wanted the character, but they wanted to reset the character for newer fans. But the problem is that if you, which is something so annoying with media that belongs to big corporations, like for the actual so reading Dawn is approaching. Yeah, you just thought that like it was gonna be Attack on Titan, where at the city walls you'd see a giant Dawn like. Very ominous. Dawn is approaching. Oh, that would be. So, do you want to know what's the sucky thing about the day-night transition? If you're doing anything during that transition, you stop. So, like, I've lost so many alpha Pokemon to the day-night transition. By so many, I mean like 4. Because I learned, but then I'll occasionally forget. This wild zone's annoying because I have no way across the water. I have to leave the wild zone and then go back in. I've been thinking about streaming a Minecraft mod pack that I touched on a little bit. I played the Sky Factory mod packs, and the new one came out a little while back, which is it's Sky Block, but you do like you automate stuff because it's Sky Factory, and it has. Is that a shiny, or is that just a different coat color? It's a shiny. That's a shiny. I don't even have the shiny charm yet. That's dope. I got a shiny poodle. My favorite. Oxys. Let's go grab that. Where'd it go? Does it not show as shiny on the... Oxys. Oxys. There we go. It does show as shiny. Move around. Put over with my other shiny. Here are the shinies right here I have so far. Move around. See the beautiful. The beautiful. Change markings. Red circle means cape. I forgot I had Mega Sharpedo. Oh, but I have my Mega for alligators, so there's no reason to really use them. But I found the Sharpedo in the sewer. The Sharpedo can fly. Not the move fly, it just floats. Okay, so you know what I mean, because this Pokemon's whole thing is that you can get its different coat styled. So it can have dashes of different color on it. So like I know that black is not the thing, but the Frufro, it has different colors. So like if I logged out of my VPN, so I don't want to use the thing. Furfru. So the different trims can be different colors. So I thought it's Pharaoh trim or something, because when a lot of its trims expose its black skin underneath. So I just thought it was a really trimmed one for a little bit. Fruff. It's French. So neat thing about this game is that if a shiny appears, the game will actually save that shiny, and it will save up to 10 of them. So if a shiny spawns in, that shiny will exist until a 10th shiny, a shiny will just stay there and exist. So 10 will stay. So in theory, which is what a lot of people have been doing, is they've been posting up near a wild zone, and they've been sitting at a bench, because if you sit at a bench, you can progress time. So the people will post up at a wild zone and just constantly reset and fast forward time, and they'll do it overnight. They'll just leave it running overnight. Gyarados. Oxus. Can you? ZA Magikarp Cerebi. Interesting thing is with as well, this game in Legends ZA at least, the Pokemon when they they'll learn the same thing. So like the Feraligatr line, Totodile, Croconaw, and Feraligatr all effectively learn the moves at the same level, so there's no downside of really leveling them up. Which was interesting to learn. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's fine. It's interesting. I forgot the shiny for Magikarp is just straight up gold. So yeah, yeah, there's no real reason for me not to level it up. I'm pretty sure I can. So it goes from gold to red with the shiny of this. I don't have what shiny one though. Right. So I'm just going to take this guy and I'm just going to evolve him. I'm going to take this guy and I'm just going to evolve him. Evolve. Let it evolve. Who's that Pokemon? It's Gyarados. Learned Bite. Jake moves. It should know more than Bite. Yeah, you see, here's all the other moves it knows. Water gun. Yep, there we go. So now I have everything in this area. I'm gonna put him back in the box. That's where he lives. I need a grass Pokemon. Because apparently, to get the Mega Stone for the Colossian starters, you have to do the online stuff, which I have not participated in. And it's only one at a time. So this season, so for the next week or so, you can get the Mega Stone for Froakie, the Froakie line. So for Greninja, that's its name. And then it's going to be fire, and then it's going to be grass here. But I don't have a grass Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. Can you Mega Evolve? Greg Ninja. Riolu. And then Mewtwo and Diancie aren't in the game just yet, from what I understand. So they're the only Megas you can't get at this moment. And Thump. Oh yeah, you're also Alpha. You go in the Alpha box. These are my Flabebe. Oh yeah, this is a sweeper I got from check summary. Yep, this is what I got from a quest. Oh, wait a sec. I need to change markings. Spoopa. So that's why he's here. I'll put him. Where did I put him with the tradings? Spoopa. Well, that's what I want to say, Spoopa. But it's Spoopa. Ever thought about how much you can overthink shape-shifting slime aliens? Yes, I have. One of my favorite things to do with fiction is, like, which Utopia bothers me. See, these are all my trades. The red triangle means it's a trade or I got it through some other way. So this little guy decided to join me on a side quest in a museum. Change markings. So I also got him as part of a quest. Or him. So, one of my favorite things to do is to think about, like, how would this thing actually, like, need to be built to accommodate someone of another species. So, like, Zootopia kind of does an okay job with it, I guess. Zootopia has a lot of problems, which is another thing is, like, always using animals as an allegory for... Because they always do it. They always use animals as an allegory for race or, like, different groups of people. But the problem is that animals, get this, are literally different species from each other. That is not a good allegory because you're saying, like, look, they're clearly different. But, like, the whole thing is, like, it's for different groups of people. That's what the allegory's for. But by making the whole Zootopia thing is predator versus prey, one, a lot of animals are omnivores, so where do they fit in? Technically, a lot of small rodents, even like hamsters. Hamsters and mice will straight up eat other hamsters and mice. A lot of rodents eat each other. In fact, a lot of mother hamsters will consume their young. So, like, how does that work? Even though, so, the whole predator and prey distinction is annoying, which is why in the new one we're trying to, it's lizards this time. Why? At what point is something not sentient? Because if they had done this, oh, they're all mammals. Okay, cool. Only mammals evolve, whatever. That makes sort of sense. But it's the B-star problem. It's the B-star's problem, because then you end up just like no one can like a species that is meant to eat meat can't eat meat because all the meat can talk, which is bad. Yeah, it's the vampire dilemma or whatever. It's just the whole like what is alpha down there? Which one? There's a series that I enjoy. It's a little fan servicey. It's Interviews with Monster Girls, where the whole premise is that there's a new teacher to this school that has various demis, so demi-humans. That's their home to Transylvania, stricken by these mythical creatures. They don't need to consume it. In fact, you're gross. Yeah, that's also a thing. It's just like that's a whole thing with the vampires. It's like the human blood. But in Interviews with Monster Girls is that the way that it's described for like the first one you meet, she's a vampire. She's actually a twin. Her sister is human. She is a the first one you meet is a vampire. And the way that they explain it is that vampires don't need to drink blood in the sense that it provides them sustenance, but the way that it's explained in Interviews is that vampires are incredibly anemic. They are unable and really like they're not unable, but they are severely hampered by their ability to create the specific proteins that are needed to produce red blood cells, which is why they have to drink blood to effectively supply those specific proteins and amino acids. But like, she doesn't have the desire to consume or eat people. She just like literally, it's something that like she needs to consume, and it's gathered from blood banks. So she effectively has a medical condition, just like diabetes effectively, but instead of insulin, it's blood. But she does have the instinctual need to like bite and nibble on things. Because her quote unquote her fangs get itchy. So her sister will be reading, and the vampire girl will come up and it's just like, can I please see your arm? And she'll literally just give the arm, and she'll just like nibble on it, kind of like how cats play bite, where like she'll just effectively like rub her fangs against her skin, which is still peculiar, still very weird, but it's just like it is a biological need. Now the problem with this series is that it is very fan servicey, because another teacher at the school turns out to be a succubus who has to hide her succubus nature, because like she's annoyed by the stereotype, because like succubus were historically known to be this, that, or the other, but she's not that way. The problem is because she's a succubus, people assume she's that way. You also meet a Dullahan girl, who the way that they explain the flame from the head and the neck is that her neck is effectively in a different dimension. So her neck exists, it's just not in this dimension with the rest of her body, which that's a weird thing to say. But she's fun because it effectively has to go through like, what are the logistics of having your head not attached to your body? She has to carry her head all the time. She has to carry her head all the time. And she even has like one of those like baby babushka things that you put like a baby in to sit to ride on attached to your chest. She has one of those for her head, so that way she can do things like cook or like manage like without her head attached to her body, or like how she sleeps. Her head is set on a pillow separate to that of her body. Hello, my friend. And like that's neat. And it's like a cop out to like, why is Mer-like carnivore species? But yeah, it's based on something realistic. Humans evolved unappetizing predators, no than like normally. Yeah. Can you please not attack me, please? I am doing nothing to harm you. The Pokemon is the one attacking you. See, that was the Pokemon. I had nothing to do with that. Please stop poisoning me. Okay. Oh. Here we go. Oh, another species also, which unfortunately it's slow to come out, but there's again, a lot of these series are fan servicey that have to do with medical stuff, which is a little annoying. It's more than annoying. Yeah, it was doing that. And that is a series where it's a human that has chosen to become a doctor specializing in non-human species. And while the series is fan servicey, it can be a little much. Normally, it's only really pertained to the main female lead, so it's okay-ish. But like, for example, one of the things he has to do with is a harpy, which is a characteristic of oviparous species, is that you can become egg-bound, which means that you have an egg that is not coming out of your body like it's supposed to. And he has to deal with that. Same thing with like he has to deal with a giant, where like their immune systems they're larger, so a giant is effectively on like a slower time scale. It's where they've had this cold for years, or like so. It's interesting because like it's fun when you take the actual realistic limitations of a non-human species into consideration. And that's one of my favorite things about fiction, is that you get to think these things through. Okay. Just a meeting here. I seem to have interrupted. Another pupa. Okay, I'm just back here now. Yeah, it's just fun thinking through the hypotheticals of like what would be needed for this, that, or the other. And like, so for example, Box and I were talking about a series that I was thinking about for a while, where it's inspired by a series that I really like called Restaurant to Another World. There's actually two about giants always being so big that your cancer gets cancer and dies, so you never suffer from cancers. Which, yeah, that's another fun thing. Is like the reason giants can be so long-lived is that because their size, their immune system, like things just kind of take care of itself, which is neat. And that's such a cool way to like to do your world building, is that like they have these other traits for that reason. Same thing with like what's the series with Fern? The elf. Can't remember the series name. I read it though, it's good. But like elves. The reason why elves are so rare is because of their long lifespan. Because of their long lifespan, elves have a lower reproductive drive. Which is why elves are so rare. Because if you think about it, elves, with their longer lifespan, they should have become the dominant species because they have such long lives. So the way that they balance it out is with the lowered reproductive drive, which is a fun way to do that. Like, why aren't there so many elves? It's because if you had so many elves, like it's a natural defense mechanism that likely developed in ancient times because they likely didn't start out with that, but they had to do it because that was the most successful. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. So the developers were clearly having fun because these are just a duplicated NPC, which is matching outfits are the greatest. I love these guys. What am I doing? I'm just kind of running around in circles right now, aren't I? I've got all the wild zones. Oh, bottle caps, master ball, shiny charm. Oh, that's going to be annoying to get because if the master ball exists there, I'm going to be so paranoid of using it. I should be able to store things. These Pokeballs I don't want, I should be able to put them somewhere. Though they're just not cluttering up my inventory. Oh, there's another thing too. With that other species, the story that I was talking about, the doctor for extra species people, it introduces, like, he has to do surgery on a draconian woman because something to do with the organ in her body that produces flame is basically has like a defect where it's produced. I think what happened is that it was overproducing. For my sapient safe-producing slimes, just from being liquid, I make it natural for them to casually exist about how many each of them truly is. It'll be existential. Now, see, that's fun. So, like, you never know who is what. There's actually another manga series where a villainess is killed. She is disposed of. And a slime effectively takes over her body, becoming effectively the blood in the body, and reanimates it so that the body's alive again, but it effectively has the slime acting as the blood, the cerebral spinal fluid, and so on. So it is parasitic in nature that it did, like, the person that was in there is technically gone. Well, not technically gone, they are gone. They died. So that is fun, like, because that is a thing, like with shapeshifters and so on, how many of them truly are, and that is an interesting thing, and like, but here's the thing: do your shapeshifters, is it only skin deep, or are they able to perfectly replicate the cellular and organ structure of a person? So, for example, if you cut one of these slime people, is it like the thing where the blood screams? So like how replicated is this other body? That is my question. Sorry, I'm just kind of rambling off the topic, but I do genuinely want to talk about that. I'm just being reminded by all this sort of stuff, and my mind's wandering, aka the Bird Walker moniker. Yeah, I am genuinely so. So. Hotel Riches Me. I did not know. Okay. I wish I could stay here. This is so much better than Hotel Z. How do I become a hotel guest? I go through this back door. Look, they're so fancy. Look at you, you're so fancy. Look at you, you're so fancy. Oh, I want that. A luxury ball. Of course there's a luxury ball outside of Hotel Riches, man. Here's the museum. No, I want. Oh, that was not a thing. That was just a red banner. Night is falling over the city. How do I get up on this building? I want the colorful screw up there. Oh, he found my lost balls. Uh-oh. It's nighttime. There are two common types among them. Majority thinks there are basically one hive mind each. Most articulate description of how their minds are like. Less of them intuitively feel that they are singular. I see. So they think that they're one hive mind each. So I assume that parts of their body can disconnect from the main body and they still control it, i.e. being a hive mind. So like they could pull out their hand and make like a bloop, and that bloop could go like around the corner and they'd be able to see around the corner, right? Because if they are a hive mind, that is, how do I get up there? How do I get there? Is there a way up in here? No, there's not. Because that is an interesting like thought experiment. If technically they are a hive mind where each of their individual cells can act independently, well, see, now the problem with the Thing movie is that that's not established if that is the case or not. I want that. I want that up there, but I'm not able to get up there, and there's no ladder to let me get up there. So I think I might need to make a jump from this building. I guess it depends on what singular, like how singular is defined. Because they could very well be like. It's a fun way to do that, because that does bring up like what constitutes the creature. Is it the sum of the parts? Like what's it called? Land of the Lustrous. I forget what its original name is in its original language, but the idea with that is that those crystal creatures, the lustrous beings, technically they follow a very similar concept to the hive mind situation. Their whole bodies are themselves, and they have connection to each of their personal qualities of goo, no matter where it is, only for them to feel singular, like they feel very uncomfortable about splitting off. I see. See, that's another fun way to think of that. Uh-oh. should have just jumped. I should have not jumped. I should have just fell. Fall. Because, like, it's very similar to, like, the Land of the Lustrous I was mentioning, where they are technically, like, a collection of the microscopic, like, bits that are making up the... Because the crystal that they're in is not themselves. The crystal that makes up their body is not their consciousness or what makes them a living creature. They're these microscopic, like, organisms within the crystals that animate them. And they are a hive mind in a sense that their whole body is their brain, effectively. So if you were to lose a limb in the Land of the Lustrous series, that would mean you would lose the memories that were contained within that limb, or the part of your personality that was maintained within that limb, which is, like, real trippy to think about because, like, the main character loses part of their body and then they have to, like, relearn people's names later on. Like, it's fragmented so it's not like the full memory, but you can lose parts of the memory because each of their individual cells that make them has individuality in the sense that it is responsible for a particular memory or aspect of memory, but they are still themselves as long as their core, like, enough of them remains. But that becomes an issue later on because this character keeps loot. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, come on. I guess by then I already knew I was there. And then also comes into play is, like, what constitutes a hive mind. Because if they have the one consciousness, like, what is a hive mind? Because with the Land of the Lustrous, it's not like they can break off a part of their body and, like, make a new person. But if you receive a transplant, so if you receive, like, the main character has to receive a transplant of a limb, specifically, they have to receive a transplant of a head from a deceased or shattered member of their people. And that causes the character's personality to slightly shift, where they start showing aspects of that former person. They're still themselves. They still are Foz. They are still them. They're the same person, but they now have, like, traces of memories and aspects from a different being. They're still. It's the whole thing of a hive mind. It's so interesting to write around. I've done some like writing on the side or so on about, like, how one would go about doing that. It's just so interesting when you write something that is so non-human, like something that is not human, but you still have to describe, like because the problem with storytelling is that you have to make it understandable from a human perspective, you know. Like the reader, a human, has to understand what is going on. And that's difficult when you're writing something that does not behave or operate as a human. Or close to, anyway. Like, for example, I mentioned this series that that Box and I were talking about doing, where effectively, oh no, I almost made it. Oh, now I have to get all the way back up there. Whatever that is better be good. What's this dude? So we were talking about effectively it was inspired by the series A Restaurant to Another World, where the whole premise of that series is that every Saturday, this man's restaurant door is connected to another world. And it's a singular world. It is a singular other world. But the door connects to multiple places. And whatever door you go in through is the door you leave from. Eventually, to me, these slimes became complications that come from a very simple existence. That's fair. That is another way to go about that as well. So like when it comes to writing non-humans, Box and I were talking about, and one character that we wanted to have was an elf in this series that, you know, elves are very long-lived beings. They live a long time. And we were going to have this elf work alongside beings that are not as long-lived. And the way we like thought about that, like how would we make that like a fun character trait? And that is through, well, what if we gave him severe anxiety? Because the way that we explained it, that elves just live about twice as long as a normal being. So like you have various characters and species in the series, and elves are one of them. And elves live about twice as long as a standard species. And we started to get a little bit existential on this because how would you... Come on. I want to be on top of that, please. I don't know how to get up there. So the way that we're going to write the characters is that... Because in the Restaurant to Another World, most of the stories feature around the characters that of the restaurant, the serving staff. So instead of a bunch of members, organs, goo, their whole self is the goo all the time. The goo always has the entire mind unless that one dies. So no memory loss and stuff, but feeling your whole being, no matter how many it can look as they split into, that seems complicated. Oh no, that is complicated, but that's really fun to write around because you can do all sorts of like question. So how do these slimes reproduce? Is it a mitosis system where eventually a slime is able to bud off a small portion and like go through some process of excommunicating it from its neural net, its hive mind? Or is it more of a fantasy thing where slimes just kind of like spawn and eventually, but it came from their origin self, so I'm curious to see where you're going to go with this. Okay, that's what I want. I want a Duchini. I want a Duchini. Because it's an alpha, it's not going to run. Hell yeah. Ouchies. So I want a Dragonite, a Dragonair. Okay, that's cool. I got a thing that I'm dope about. A Badoo. Well, bummer. Okay. Once within the parent, a chemical reaction expanded into a bunch of goo atop. Once within their planet, it woke up, but being such a large mind with so much to work was uncomfortable, so it split into a population. When they eat, they can make more goo to maintain themselves to not eventually dry. Some of this goo can spawn at the same discomfort, which then have to knock the uncomfortable bit unconscious to become another one. I see. So they effectively get to the point where there's so much stimulus that one consciousness cannot process it properly. So that'd be like, it gets to the point where their singular consciousness is spread so thin that it becomes difficult to actually function. So they have to excise an excess portion of their consciousness to like that's too much skin, get rid of it. Like that sort of situation. So, boy. If I'm drastically misunderstanding things, then I do apologize. Gotta make a spot. It's out now. No, that's perfectly fine. That's just descriptive. That is the amount of words that's needed to communicate that thought. Sometimes you can't like simplify things. Like, so you have to give the full explanation of like what is going on. That is very neat. Their consciousness effectively. Now here's the question. So that is how their population grows. So here's the question. What does that new excised portion start off as? Is it a copy of the main consciousness? Or is it sort of like a childlike state where it only has like the basics? Well, I guess that it could be up to the parent to decide how much to split off, because if it is a mind, a consciousness, when splitting off, I guess the parent could take like, well, I'm going to gift it these memories. I'm going to gift it this information and cut that out because I can easily relearn that. So I'm going to give it this. So like, for example, like if it wanted its child to know automatically how numbers worked, because it is a quote unquote like adult functional consciousness, numbers like basic math. I'm talking basic maths. It always has the basics. It gives some historical knowledge and even the language. Okay, very good. So basically it is what consciousness level is it at? Because all I'm imagining right now, it has the basics. Like if a toddler, like let's say a 5-year-old walked up to me, like let's say my nephew walked up to me and said, "Did you know that during the War of 1812 and started going on that would frighten me." Like, how do you know about the War of 1812? Did you know that in Hiroshima? How do you know about Hiroshima? Like, including some historical knowledge. That would be a little terrifying. It's that type of frightening. Yeah, is that like, where did you learn that? I don't know. Oh, that's worse. Okay, here's a question. What if two of these slime creatures, one identifying as male, one identifying as female, that were existing as a male and female human in these mimic forms, wanted to produce a child? Would they be able to mix their goo? Mix their goo and make a baby. You know, like normal people. Come on! Yes! Not worth it. I could have just bought one of those. What is over here? I'm pretty sure that's going to turn into a wild zone eventually. See, like, there's the Magikarp. We'll make for alligator a big stompy boy. Wouldn't that make them full? Make a few. That is an interesting. So if they're able to perfectly create the process and have their cells perfectly mimic the function and form of human cells, it can only be possible in a supernatural circumstance because cells really can't have knowledge. Then yeah, if they perfectly created the and combined and divided, now they could learn, but wouldn't that make a fully human baby? Yeah, that's an interesting premise, because technically, even if they've recreated those cells to learn the entire, do you even know the entire science of it? That is a good question. Well, okay, so we don't know the entire science. We don't. But we do know how sperm and egg cells work. We do know how the DNA in sperm and egg cells is created. No, we don't know how, like, we don't fully understand the whole gestation process. We know a lot about it, but we do not fully understand it. We don't know what causes certain things to happen. We don't know what causes a cleft palate, all that. So that stuff just kind of happens. But we do know how the process starts. So if they could perfectly recreate an egg and a sperm cell and have those mix, then that process would just go. Because we also know how the placenta works. No, we don't. But the placenta forms itself from the zygote. So technically, if they were able to start the process would just carry on itself. The only caveat being that who is taking the female role would have to understand the structure and function of the human womb. Or, at least the womb itself. They probably wouldn't have to make the ovaries, because they could just make the cell. They could just have part of themselves butt off into the womb and convert over to the ovary. Well, at that point, they probably wouldn't even need all the other bits. They just need the womb for gestation. Birth would be easy. Oh, I hate that. I hate that I thought of that. Oh, I just hate that I remembered that. So there's some videos on YouTube where the animator clearly does other stuff, where they have Helen Parr and Cass Hamada, Mrs. Incredible and Aunt Cass from Big Hero 6 talking, and Cass asks, like, so your whole body's stretchy, and she just goes like, really? It's just like, how did childbirth happen? And she just goes, foomp. Which, I mean, yeah, like, and that's also one of my favorite things to do, just in writing, is characters using superpowers for other things, like just in their everyday life. Like, for example, if I could use, if I was psionic and I could, so these guys, the moldables as I've called them, is a good name. Could do when to visually look human trick when most of them they wouldn't need to recreate. That is fair. All they need to do is recreate hair and skin and eyes. In the back of the mouth. They wouldn't need butts. As long as they were wearing pants, they wouldn't need butts. Very much a Ken and Barbie doll situation. They just have to make the shape. As long as they were wearing not themselves clothes like Mystique, which that's another thing that bothers me with the Mystique and X-Men is why can she make clothes? Why can she make clothes? Why does her skin become clothes? All right. What am I? I was gonna. Mabel's research requests. Filling your Pokedex, filling your Mega Evolution Dex, catching normal types, catching fire types, catching water types, catching. Yeah, but like. So you were talking about like their mind being able to do. Think about it from a logistics perspective. In theory, it would actually be easier for them to just wear normal human clothes, because like they're a consciousness, right? So they do have to choose and have some level of like mental thought in to keep them like in the shape that they're in. So plus you interact with clothes more. So like if someone were to like, let's just say like you were fighting somebody and someone grabs you by the collar, like you want that fabric, if you're keeping up this illusion, you want that fabric to behave like fabric. So if someone grabs your shirt and like yanks you, you want the strings in the neckline to snap. You want the fabric to deform and be damaged. So if anything, if they're trying to keep their appearances up, they probably want to wear normal human clothes, because all the mental thought to make, because think about it like a computer. It's really easy to make a human body in the computer. It is very difficult to simulate cloth. The cloth physics are so annoying. I should know. I do computer stuff, and it's hard. So like, you think about it like from a processing power, you know? I mean, there's pros and cons. Ultimately, it's your fiction, it's your characters. You get to decide what to do. I am not saying you what is wrong or right. Fair enough. They can perfectly recreate the structure, then that makes sense. Like I was saying, it's all about like the mental bandwidth. How do I? Oh. I feel it's wrong. They feel, if it feels wrong, they synthesize it wrong. So another question: would they be able to? Would they effectively be able to 3D print the clothes? Like, could they decide like these are just clothes, and just remove their consciousness from it, and then just be clothes, and they're not aware of it? If one of those, they could create some funny skits. Fair enough. That is actually, so that's actually another fun thing. Is it, are they able to purposely like, so they're able to separate parts of their body, and they are able to bud through meiosis into other members of their species. Are they able to like, let's say that they're doing a thing. Let's say they're in an adventure party or whatever. If this is more of a fantasy setting instead of modern fantasy, are they able to go, you need a sword, and just like pull their arm off and have their arm turn into a sword, and just have that arm forever be a sword now? Like it is the consciousness and the mystic nature of their cells is just like evaporated. Like that is just a sword. They're not aware of it anymore. They've just made an inanimate object. Where was that Houndoom at? That Alpha Houndoom in here? Fair enough. That would actually be an interesting, like that could be a fun way for a character to train another. Like if the character is like trying to teach another character swordsmanship or spearmanship or anything that requires physical movement, like making a karate gi out of their cells or making a sword and making it move. It got angry eyes. Oh, okay. Oopsie. Whoopsie doopsie. All right, so I need to move. I need to move you guys out of here. You're in the wrong box. Maybe it was just a normal catch. Well, the group is not comfortable split, but also with the letting go of the parts themselves. It gets sad any part of outside that dries. Oh, but then that could also have like some really wholesome, like let's say they fall in love with a human, like because they are so like against splitting part of themselves off. Think about like they make a ring. So even if the ring is disconnected from their consciousness, that it's dried up, it's no longer part of their consciousness, it's still a part of them. And their partner is able to take that part of them wherever they go. It's kind of like wholesome. Is the Alpha Houndoom not in here? Yes, it is. Sweet, I got a Houndoom. I'm leaving now. I wonder if I can go get a Honedge. I'm here. Would do it, but once they're emotionally attached to all themselves and never let that ring not have the conscience. That's also sweet in like a different way. It's like even if it's a bit of themselves. Like if they still kept it alive or so on, or like, because there'd be different ways to do that. So even if the like, if it's not them there permanently, like it would probably give them peace of mind. Effectively, like giving their partner an ear in function, like having the ring on. Like if you need my help, just you know, yell my name to come. And that's like that's a little that's a little stalkery. Just a little stalkery. Still, that could be another writing point, though. You could have a character obsessed with a character. Can I get Ultra Balls? Yes. I can just use Ultra Balls now. Yeah, that's stalkery, but the phoneless phone calls with that seems... Yeah, that could be fun. But that would also give him, like, imagine, like, there'd have to be some way to do that where, like, you have to put this in a soundproof, like something soundproof, because I would not, like, just me as a human consciousness, I would not want to be hearing something that's happening not around me. I only want to be aware of what's happening around me. So, like, they'd have to, like if you need help, like, use this, but it would have to be in something that's soundproof, because that'd be annoying, hearing talking all the time. Don't you think? I'm gonna do a story event. Where am I going? Mm-hmm. Hotel Zip. Now close your eyes. There's spoilers. You did great, but that's Tawny. She kidnapped me. I arrived in Lumio City. Don't know why I'm there. Don't know why I traveled. But I am here now because she decided to take my stuff. Proving himself so thoroughly dependable. For sure, the job is definitely getting done, but I wonder, is it really enough to just find and calm down Pokemon after they rogue Mega Evolve? What do you mean? I'd rather we get to the actual root of the problem. That's fair. Why are they doing this? Why is it happening? Does it have to do with the ancient weapon? Probably, because ZA is here. Or... Did I just damage this? Did I just cut this with my fingernail? I don't know. Like whatever leads they have, many would at least keep us in the loop. I'm not sure what's going on in Quizartico, because I think that it's actually one of the first time in a Pokemon game where the big company's actually like doing good, because this benefits the city of like stopping this. Because they listened to AZ, they listened to him, and they started setting up the wild zones. Ivor. Oh, we met Ivor a while back. Ivor is a muscle head. Ran into him. I think he was at the Wilds of the Wild Zone. He runs a dojo that teaches karate of some kind of martial arts. He fights Pokemon bare hand. He punches Mudkips in the face. Oh, Canary was fun. She is another Electric Kite streamer. Naturally. I think there's only like the Pokémon L Gens Z. Ah, I see what has happened there. That's a good question. See, okay, I feel as though they've really failed the character of Naveen because. Okay, question. Don't know your interest in this. Do you want me to spoil story that you haven't already witnessed in this stream? Because if you watch my older stuff, then you're going to see the spoilers anyway. Which I also need to upload to YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how to dual stream like Box does using Restream. I thought about it. I also tried to. Yeah, you can spoil. So long story short, the game starts and I just arrive in Lumio City. A Pokemon steals my bag. Tawny, the rival character, she helps me get my bag back, and that's how I got Todd the Totodile. But they stole that bag there. This is my room here at the hotel. And don't know why I came to Lumios. Never says anything. I have no agency. Never visited family if I'm here supposed to be visiting family. I just got here and was just like, okay, I'm off on an adventure. But the reason why the characters are here is that Tawny came to the city looking for someone. She hasn't found them. ZA is letting her stay here. I only play the emulators. This one, the emulators, when I get a good PC. Maybe the leaders probably forget this by then. Fair enough. All the members of the hotel here, which ZA set up, or AZ, he's, you know, the weird tall guy from yep, X and Y. Which I watched. Is what listed. Let me still enjoy Shovel Knight. Yeah, I get that. I struggle with. I can't replay games because I don't forget things. I tend to remember story details, so I can't really play a game like Persona 5 that's so dialogue heavy because I'm not learning anything new anymore. I'm just skipping dialogue, and I'm just like, I've already got the stuff leveled up. So there's some stuff in New Game Plus of Persona 5 and Persona 5 Gold Royale that I still haven't done, which is sad. But long story short, the members that she was looking for someone, needed a place to live, helped AZ, who was the only one dealing with rogue Mega Evolutions for a little bit. He was going out and trying to fight him, but he's old. Because he's immortal. So she helped him out. She wound up staying here. Lyda goes to a dancing school. She stays here because she missed out on a scholarship. So she's here, letting stay here because AZ's a cool dude. AZ's hotel is not doing well because there's 4 rooms, and 1 room's mine, 1 room is Lyda, 1 room is Tawny. Naveen technically lives with his grandmother. So there's only 1 room here that a person can stay in. Because there's only 4 rooms. So that's why the hotel's failing. So she stays here because of the the dude at the door be big. That's AZ. He's from X and X. Here, let me see if I can find a picture of him from that. Pokemon AZ. So yeah, he is. Save image as. Easy. All right. So he is. Browse. Downloads. If it's in picture, I'm gonna be upset. It isn't. I don't know where I just sent that. Desktop. That's peculiar. Yeah, people have been making that joke too. But he is save image as going to downloads. Going to downloads. It's going to today. Why is it not there? Oh, because it's not a PNG. It's a GIF of the. Oh, my father is calling. All right, gotta go to. All right, that was my dad. Context: I live with my dad and my brother. That was my dad, and he's gonna need help doing something in the backyard, which is out in the rain. It's raining right now, and we're doing something to make sure something doesn't get too wet and too rusty. He's gonna be home in like 4 minutes. So I probably need to go because I know that once we go out there, it's not going to be that one thing. Because I know there's a lot of stuff back there, a lot more stuff that he remembers apparently that needs to be covered. So we're going to be out there for a while getting stuff covered so it doesn't get messed up. Luckily, the concrete pallet is because he has a couple of bags of concrete, so that's already covered because that would become a big rock. But so, how do I say your name? Because I tried the others. Is it Fabioso Han or Fabio Son Han? How is the pronunciation? Or do you prefer a nickname or shortening like Han or So or Son or Fabio? Either way, I'm gonna save the game and quit out of it. Remember, I was on a roll today. I really enjoy you coming in and giving me something to bounce against. Just my YouTube name shortened. Oh, fair enough. But yep. I really do appreciate you popping in today, man or woman or whatever. Shouldn't assume. Should not assume. Fabio just makes me think of Fabio. I do apologize if I wound up misgendering you. That was not my intention. As the words Sonhando Grande. Ah. Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, it was awesome to meet you. Awesome hanging out. Sorry I detracted from a lot of my own thoughts by just wandering off into other ideas. Oh, before I go, I am going to explain the Naveen situation. Naveen, the other dude over here, he doesn't live here. He lives with his grandma. He comes to the hotel because AZ lets him do his hobby here. His hobby is design work. His grandmother does not approve of that, so AZ lets him do all the art, like this in here. So that's why he's here. He's the only one who's here that's like this doesn't do Pokemon battles, so he's just kind of always like being dragged along. Yeah. All right, but I gotta go. See you later. We both don't have tracks. All right, thank you for watching, and have a good whatever time of day it is. See ya.